I never imagined that a simple conversation could completely upend my life. Yet here I am, reflecting on everything that happened, trying to trace the chain of events that led to chaos. It all began with a casual remark. My wife, Claire, and I had been together for nearly 8 years. Like any couple, we had our share of ups and downs, but we always found our way back to each other. Our life was steady, comfortable, and predictable, and while our intimacy wasn't as fiery as it once was, we had an understanding that felt secure. One evening we were sitting on the couch, sharing a glass of wine, when Claire leaned toward me with a sly smile. "I've been thinking," she said playfully. "What if we tried something different?" I raised an eyebrow, unsure of her meaning. "Different how?" I asked, half joking, half anxious. Claire hesitated only for a moment. "I've been talking to Sarah," she said, referring to her twin sister. "We were wondering, what if she pretended to be me for a night?" My heart skipped a beat. Did I really hear that correctly? "Wait, what?" "Think about it," Claire continued calmly, as if proposing a completely ordinary idea. "Sarah and I look almost identical. Could be fun, a little harmless thrill. I trust you, and she's my sister." The room went silent. My mind raced. I wasn't sure what was more shocking, the idea itself or the fact that I was actually considering it. I trusted Claire implicitly, and we had always been open with each other. But this suggestion felt strange, even unsettling. At first I laughed, brushing it off as a bizarre joke. But Claire's gaze held mine, steady, serious, tinged with curiosity and mischief. "It could add a little excitement," she said softly. A part of me wanted to reject the idea outright. Another part, much to my surprise, felt a spark of curiosity. Perhaps it was the wine, perhaps it was the thrill of the unknown, but I found myself agreeing. It seemed harmless, just a bit of fun, right? The first time it happened, I had no idea what I was getting into. That evening, Sarah came over for dinner, as she often did. Claire had reassured me that it would be easy to distinguish between the two of them. But when Sarah walked in wearing Claire's clothes and mimicking her gestures and speech, it was uncanny. It was like seeing Claire but not Claire. Claire had gone out with friends, leaving Sarah behind. As we watched a movie together, an unspoken tension hung between us. I couldn't help but notice how much Sarah resembled Claire, how striking she looked. She caught my eyes lingering a few times and smiled knowingly, teasingly. And then it happened. "I know this is odd," Sarah murmured, glancing at me as if she could read my thoughts. "But we're just having fun, right? You and Claire have always been so open." I nodded, unsure of what else to say. The situation felt surreal, dreamlike, yet forbidden. I knew it should stop, but it didn't. The thrill of doing something taboo was intoxicating. Before I knew it, we were in the bedroom. The door was closed. Sarah's eyes, so much like Claire's yet subtly different, met mine. The experience felt strange, wrong, yet exhilarating. The lines between Claire and Sarah blurred, leaving me disoriented, unable to distinguish fantasy from reality. We kissed. It felt electric, a secret shared between us. I tried convincing myself it was harmless, something we'd laugh about later. But it had crossed over into something real, complicated, and emotionally charged. Guilt, confusion, and desire mixed into a tangled mess I hadn't anticipated. The next morning, when Claire returned, the weight of what had happened hit me in waves. I couldn't explain the complexity of my feelings. Claire, perceptive as always, didn't need to ask. She already knew something had shifted. Yet she simply smiled, the same knowing smile that had started this experiment. The following days were awkward, heavy with unspoken truths. The tension between Claire and me was palpable. Every glance at Sarah reminded me of the previous night, of the secret we all pretended didn't exist. Eventually, Claire confronted me. She asked if I had enjoyed it, if I had wanted it. Her words cut deep, revealing the betrayal I hadn't fully acknowledged. I realized that the damage wasn't just physical, it was emotional, ethical, and irreparable in some ways. What began as a seemingly innocent experiment had spiraled into a maelstrom of confusion, guilt, and broken trust. It wasn't something that could simply be laughed off or forgotten. Some boundaries, I learned painfully, once crossed cannot be restored. That night, lying awake, I understood a hard truth. Some doors should never be opened, no matter how harmless or playful they seem at first. And once opened, the world on the other side can never be the same again.